Hey guys, back with another video. This time I wanted to talk with you about the top 5 tips for a great JamKazam session. These are things that'll help you improve the performance of JamKazam when jamming with your friends. First, try to keep your local latency as low as possible. You need to control the things that you control. For example, if you're buying a new audio interface, go for an interface that uses USB 3, a USB-C, or Thunderbolt connection, which are faster interface connections between your audio interface and your computer, and this will lower latency. Also, try not to use extra software running on your computer like VSTs or other programs. You want to shut everything down while running JamKazam so the CPU in your computer can focus specifically on running JamKazam. Unless you have a monster computer, you're probably going to reduce your local latency considerably by using external hardware for like amp modeling or effects like delay and reverb. Probably the most important thing though is not to use Wi-Fi. It's a no-no with JamKazam. You always want to have a direct Ethernet cable connection from your computer to your router. When you introduce Wi-Fi, you introduce considerable latency, so definitely do not do that. The best thing to do is set up a private test session when you first get into JamKazam so you can get your configuration right, and be sure that you're listening to what's coming out of JamKazam and not what you're hearing locally. This will give you a good idea of latency and how others are going to hear you. Also, for Windows users, make sure you have the high performance options selected in the power options. It's really super important, and actually that one option can improve things considerably for Windows users. Another important thing you can look at is under Network Settings in JamKazam, select Packet Rate Configuration, and you'll find the Audio Booster. Here you can adjust the JamKazam audio frame size and outgoing audio bit rate to reduce latency. The lower the better, but you want to find a happy medium between sound quality and lower latency. So work with it and find a balance that makes sense for you. Number 2, jam with people within your region. The one thing you have no control over is internet latency, and this is caused by distance between the internet routers, transmission errors, and other factors that, again, you have no control over. So you want to limit the distance between the players' locations. This improves your chances of having less hops between you and your jam mates. For example, my jam mates are all located within a 250-mile radius away from me, and we rarely have major latency issues. In fact, sometimes you'll start the session where there's a few latency issues, and that over time it actually improves. And remember, resyncing is your friend, so from time to time you may lose audio from one of your jam mates, or you might find that you're a little bit out of sync, and by hitting the resync, that basically tells the JamKazam servers to resync and clear up these types of issues. Number 3, keep your sessions to 5 players or less. It makes sense that the more people you have in a session, the harder the JamKazam servers have to work to keep the latency low. By limiting it to 5 players, you're giving the JamKazam servers breathing room to do what they need to do to keep that latency low. And what you want to do is, once you have everyone in the session, do a latency check by everyone saying 1, 2, 3, 4 at the same time. And if you hear that someone is a little bit out of sync, then you can help that person reduce their local latency to try to improve things. Number 4, do a sound check before starting to jam to set the levels and panning for each musician. Under audio settings, look for Audio Streaming Console to quickly set the levels and panning for each player for that ear-pleasing separation. You might want to ask your drummer to do panning as well to increase that separation. Each player has control of the volume and panning, so you could set it up to your liking. And finally, number 5, engage in the JamKazam community. You'll find the JamKazam forum is very helpful, especially for new users trying to get things set up. There's also a group on Facebook you can join, and there's a JamKazam subreddit as well. These are great places to have your JamKazam questions answered, and also look for virtual bandmates if you're trying to start a virtual band. You'll find links in the description for all of these sites. All right, guys, well, I hope these tips were helpful to get you started with JamKazam and get the most out of your session. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments, and we'll try to get those answered for you. Hope this video was helpful. Please subscribe to the channel for more JamKazam videos coming soon. Thanks, and have a great day. Thanks for watching, and I hope this information was helpful. Please don't hesitate to post questions in the comments below or email me at the address listed here. If you like what you saw, please take a second to click the like and subscribe buttons. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your home studio.